Hello everyone, welcome to another one. I am doing Leinster versus Saints, home game for Leinster. A semi-final that was played in Ireland, home game for them. It was a big occasion, as we all thought it would be. It was packed, big crowds, 82,000. The game had to be even delayed because people were struggling to, I don't know what they were struggling with, but the game was delayed because on SuperSport they said there was because of the crowd, big crowd. I don't know what was the issue with that. So yeah, it was a big occasion, guys, and you could see how it started, that the players were nervous. Northampton were very nervous. There were many knock-ons from them at the start. Didn't see what I really thought they were gonna do when the game starts, that enterprise from them. We know they're an attacking side, but in this game they didn't start well, and this allowed Leinster to feed off them, and Leinster they were ready. The tails were up from Leinster players, and they scored inside 10 minutes through James Lowe from a clever kick from Gibson Park. I think it was kicked over the Saints defense line, and they chased this, found space on the outside, and then Gibson Park scored this try. So the Leinster were dominant by this part. The first quarter they were dominant. They were hitting them hard. Ryan Baird, Josh van der Fleer, and Kellen Doris were doing very well for their team. They were doing very well. All the collisions were lottery, guys. There was no free collision. They were defending very high also, Leinster. Whenever Saints had any ball, trying to pass or trying to play within their defense lines, their attack lines, there was a high line on their face from Leinster defense line. So they really struggled here, Saints. And when they were trying to form any ascendancy, there was one play where they were trying to form an ascendancy, trying to play, but playing flat passes. In one case, it was intercepted by this guy, number 10 of Leinster, Byrne, and few phases later, it led to a James Lowe try, the second try for the night. So it was really difficult for Saints. They were not playing any rugby, really. There were mistakes, very nervous start, errors. There was an error count on the screen where they showed that Saints had made about 9 errors to only 3 from Leinster. So you can see from the stats that it was really difficult for them. Even the penalty count was Leinster 1, Saints had made about 6 infringement penalties. So really they were on the back foot here. Even their restart from Saints were not as accurate as they should be. There was one case where they considered a scrum on the mid line, and during a restart, because all the players were already in front of the kicker during a restart, so they had to come back for a scrum. All these mistakes were compounding into points because Leinster were also, and the confidence for Leinster and the energy for the crowd. So Saints were on the back foot for the whole first half. Actually, they were on the back foot. By half time, the score was 15 points to Leinster, only 3 points to the Saints. Yeah, it was really bad for them. So in the halftime, you're thinking, okay, maybe they're gonna do something different. They're gonna, momentum swing, a bit of crumbs there and there. When the second half starts, the same dominance continues for Leinster. They dominate these guys. They built a few phases in the first start, in the beginning of second half. Through all the 15 players, actually, all the 15 players were involved in this build-up, and it led to a try by James Lowe. Ryan Baird was very important in this try because he made that break through the Saints defense and was running with those long legs of his, and ended up James Lowe scoring in this try. So really, they're on the back foot, these guys of Saints. Even Alex Mitchell, his kicks, his box kicks, he was kicking well, they were accurate, but the issue was that I feel like there was too much range on them. They were not allowing these guys to chase the Saints guys. I don't know if it's a tactic or they were really intentional about this. Whenever he would kick, it would land outside the Leinster 22, but it was easy for the Leinster to field these box kicks, and they would just clear them out with ease. You know, you're supposed to have at least, if you're struggling on the breakdown or anywhere, kicking game is supposed to be on point. At least kick and have them good chasers so that you can put pressure on them and then maybe have opportunities there. But these guys were not doing that. They were just kicking, and then Leinster would just clear the balls with ease. So as the game went on, I think around 50 minutes, they had a spell where I think there was a spell where Saints had some good few touches on the ball, and they managed to kick over the Leinster wall, defense wall, and they made them 10 now. And then they were all chasing towards the try line of Leinster, and they got the first Saints, and Henry scored this try for Saints. So you think, okay, they're feeding off scraps. There's something that they're doing. But in overall play, it was Leinster were dominating. Also, the lineouts of Saints were not accurate. There were multiple times where they were close to the Leinster try line, and they could have a chance to score, but they would concede the lineouts in the throw. So it was not accurate from them. There was not much that was accurate for them, really. You can't say they dominated this part of the game. There was no dominance from these guys. Towards the end, Saints found another try again. I think they exploited a space on the left-hand side, if I'm not mistaken, and they scored them. Forgot how they scored the try, but they scored with 5 minutes to go. So the score became 20-15 to Leinster leading by 5 points. But towards the end, they nearly scored another try, and it was going to be a win for Saints. But Leinster held on and stole the ball in the last play through Doris and Jack Conan. So, and then they won. Leinster won 20-15. It's a good win for them, but okay, for Saints, I think the nerves got them first. They really got them. The nerves killed them. They killed the whole game. They couldn't do anything. They couldn't execute anything. Yeah, I'm not sure. I think even their kicking was not even that accurate, as I said. So I don't know what the plan was. I think even if they had a plan, they were very scared. They were very intimidated by the crowd in Ireland. So they didn't show us anything, really. Not that much, really, they showed us. The defenders were very dominant. For Leinster, I think they won this game, but towards the end, it was really scary, you know. I think they need to learn to put teams away when they are dominant like that. You can't dominate the game full 80 minutes and nearly lose it at the end, because it was close at the end, you know. But I think they need to work on their attack also. I'm not sure what they are really doing when they are training, whether they train mostly defense and then they neglect the attack. I don't know what they're doing. I don't know how they split their work schedule. But I think they need to also work on the attack. We know they attack well. They have good players there. They need to spend maybe more time on the attack also. The players who played well, Courtney Laws was brilliant for Saints. Kellen Doris was brilliant. Joano Augustus for Saints was brilliant. Jamie Osborne, another player that really impressed me in this game. Line breaks, clever player, this guy. Jamie Osborne is a real deal for Ireland. And Ryan Baird was brilliant also. It breaks. His work rate off the ball is brilliant. These guys, they work hard. You know, they're like scavengers, like dogs. You know, they just swarm on you. Whenever Saints got the ball, there was a Leinster player close by. They were just swarming on them and never allowing them to have any clean ball or to have any gaps. When they're trying to go wide, at times they have to envelope them on the outside and bring them inside. Yeah, so it was really difficult for Saints to play any rugby here. But the game against Toulouse in the final is going to be very interesting. It's going to be very interesting. So yeah, Leinster just fix the defense, the attack. Yeah, work on the attack, because you need to attack also. You need to put teams away when you're so dominant in the game. Yeah, thanks so much, guys. Enjoy. evening.